Welcome to Subramani. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell icon. One question which somebody asked me was, okay. The first give me let me give you the background. So somebody was asking how much money does one need for require retirement, and I said money today I think should be in three different packets. One is what you need for your day-to-day living, right? So let's say 30 times your annual expenses. Let's say your annual expenses are 10 lakhs. So you need 3 crores. So that's what you need for your retirement, and that has to be in three separate buckets. I mean, go and check on YouTube channel. I have said a lot about bucketing, bucket theory, keeping some money in less volatile assets and some money in growth assets. I also said that apart from this, you should also need one separate long-term care bucket and one luxury bucket. The luxury bucket is meant for those expenses like buying a 40 lakh rupee car or a 30 lakh rupee car in retirement. Perfectly all right, but you have to provide for it separately. So instead, don't mix it with your day-to-day expenses, right? So whenever you see money there and you think you want to do some luxury thing, just do it. So you had kept 1 crore there, that has grown to 1 crore 40 lakhs, and you want to take a nice vacation where you want to spend 10 lakhs, go and do it because it's got that excess, right? So it is meant only for such luxury things. So whenever you feel that you should do something luxurious, do it. Another 1 crore I would earmark for long term care. Where would I keep that long term care money? If it's all in your mind, so you can also combine it with your regular money and say, okay, I've got three buckets: bucket one, bucket two, and bucket three. And bucket three is growth assets, bucket one is liquid assets. That's fine, provided you understand that your long term care is also put into that, right? So other way is to say, I've got 1 crore which I have kept for my medical overruns, which is not covered by medical insurance, and my long term care insurance. And that money, where should I keep? I think ideally you should keep that in a multi asset fund, and realize that after 4 or 5 years it doesn't really matter whether it is liquid, not liquid, because you have not touched it, it has grown. Let us say it has grown in 5 years by 50%. It has gone to 1.5, 1.55 crores kind of a thing, and you have that money just growing. Then you can decide to put some portion of that even into equity. And remember that so much money you took from there and put it into equity, only the caveat being there will be taxation. In the United States, I would happily put it in a health savings account where you're allowed to accumulate money. It's a small amount. You can put only $4,500, which is not a bad amount of money, equivalent to something like 16,000 rupees in India. But India, we don't have a HSA, we don't have an 80D deduction under the new 80D deduction. We don't have any of those things for saving. I mean, why don't we have a ULIP kind of a policy from medical insurance? I don't know, because I'd happily pay, let's say I pay 1.5 lakhs today for my medical insurance, out of which 30,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees is risk, and the balance gets invested tax free. And when it is used for my overruns, it gets adjusted. So that would be great. It would accumulate tax free. But right now, I would put 70-80% of that in the multi asset fund, and maybe 20% I would keep in a non liquid, in a ultra short bond fund or something like that. But if I'm going to combine it with my regular three buckets, then it doesn't really matter. But otherwise, multi asset account, multi asset fund, and that's where you keep it, and let it grow, and you just don't touch it till almost end of life, because we do not know how much money you could require. Somebody could require 4 years, 3-4 years of care. I attended a funeral yesterday for a 75-year-old, and he had just one hospitalization and he died there, right? So then there is zero long-term care requirement. So all kinds of combinations will happen. So yes, 1 crore in a multi-asset fund, reasonably conservative multi-asset fund 50 lakhs, and aggressive multi-asset fund 50 lakhs. That should work, and let it grow, and after it grows to a particular level, you can think of what to do with that money. Thank you.